Is your girlfriend a toxic gamer, Griff?
Absolutely.
Do you like it?
No, I hate it.
Is there a little bit that turns you on? Like when
No.
you hear, like in the next room, when you hear, like, yeah, and that's how I fucked your mom last night. Is that
No.
fun?
No, it's that I feel like we're actively being put in danger. Because it doesn't just happen online. She does it in person too. And the thing about that
Wait, what do you mean?
If a man does something she doesn't like, she will address it to him in his face. And I don't have a gun and I can't fight, but I'm the one in the hoodie. So like I feel like that puts the onus on me.
Oh yeah.
And I can't help either of us in that situation.
Yeah, that is. Here's the bad thing, right? Is that it should be allowed for a woman to disagree with the shitty actions of a man and not feel uncomfortable voicing these concerns. However, I know your girlfriend very well, and the way that they're voicing it is like holding up like Bugs Bunny in a fucking cartoon, and holding up a sign, yelling at them with it saying it's girlfriend season.
Yeah, it's like, imagine like maybe we're walking down the sidewalk and a man just like won't move out the way, and she'll say something and then that man will say something back and then she will stop walking and then I say no and pull her forward. So like
oh, that's such an East Coast move.
Dang, we got to get her some big gold hoop earrings. That is very Latina girlfriend coded. MIO.
She talks shit like she's about to take her gum out, stick it on the bottom of her heels, and then get to swinging.
Yeah, and throw.
It hasn't come. I don't know if she can fight. That's the thing. I can't confirm or deny. So we're playing a dangerous game here.
What are the odds you think she can fight?
50-50.
Here, I'm gonna throw something out. I'm gonna throw something out again. What your girlfriend has is, because she's pretty slight. She's a slight person. But what I would say, what she lacks in sort of like mass, she makes up for in crazy. Yeah. And that is an
like a chihuahua.
That's an X factor in fighting that you like can't discount.
That's very true. So 60-40.
Yeah.
Your girlfriend has what I like to call high has a knife probability. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Has a knife on her.
Yes.
Oh my God.
She keeps like two knives in her purse.
Case closed. Case closed, Judge.
Yeah, she can't fight for shit, but she'll stab you on the yard. S.A. What's up, dude? You guys ready to stab a podcast?
Let's stab this baby. Let's go.
Holy shit. All right, welcome to the only podcast that's serving 50 to life, dude, for stabbing a guy. It's boyfriend material.
50 to life. That is life at this point. 50. I'd be lucky.
Yeah, 50 to life. You know, Latino life. It's weird, dude. It's like, hold on. I'm realizing something. All the men in my family on my Latino half, they all die relatively young. Either the streets claim them, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. The streets got a Torres punch card at this point, and they're just collecting them.
Yeah.
Either the streets will claim them, or they'll get to like 60 and then die from some kind of weird, strange, rare cancer. It's my grandfather died of a cancer I had never heard of, and I asked the doctor about it, and he was like, "Yeah, this only pops up in like one in every like 13,000 people or something." That sounds less rare. It was something crazy. I can't remember.
Yeah, it's like 1 out of 200,000 people. It's like, oh shit. Okay,
it's just like, it's a very rare type of cancer, and your grandpa's got it, so say your goodbyes. Or they're a woman and they live forever. and they become those old ladies from the SpongeBob episode where he's selling chocolate. But instead of yelling chocolate, they yell chancla, and they scare me. It's the only relationship advice show guaranteed to ruin your relationship. We're having fun. This is a fun one, dude.
Yeah, this one's for daddy.
This one is
daddy episode. We haven't done a daddy episode.
It's because they're all for daddy.
Yeah, they're all for daddy now.
We haven't done a single one. By the way, in case you're wondering, if you're a fan of what was that show called? The Rooster Teeth podcast, a show that we used to do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm getting the memories back.
No, we didn't do that. We did RTP.
That's right.
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah. That one was what was it? Bernie, Matt, and Gus, and Gus.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did that show, and we had a term that we would call "just for daddy" episodes that the audience also came to like, but did not know that what we meant by "just for daddy" episodes was that they were unusable in terms of selling a product or making money off of.
Yeah, just like the most unsponsorable content. You could just like tangents every which way.
Yes.
Again, mentioning 9/11 in the first 30 seconds of the show in some form or fashion. It was always something like that. And you'd kind of know immediately energy-wise. It was like, this one's just for daddy.
It's just for daddy. You could see it because like our technical director would just kind of lean back in his seat and put the fucking fingers up to the brow and just be like, oh my fucking God. Okay. Late lunch, guys.
No, yeah. My favorite thing was getting about a minute into the episode and then seeing Tyler Stab in the glass window separating the control booth in the studio, just standing there, arms akimbo, like, fucking really, guy? Like, really?
By the way, we absolutely love.
Oh,
He's
the kid.
best.
Yeah, he's great.
So this one is also a Just for Daddy episode. I know this is, by the way, going to reset the counter, but we got a tweet, I think the other day, that said, spoiler alert for this latest episode of Boyfriend Material, but they somehow don't mention Hitler.
I feel like we were cognizant of it.
I think truly and honestly, my thought is that we were so terrified of being perceived podcasting in that fucking room that we didn't want to mention Hitler because we were like, okay, we can have cum. We can have 9/11. Yep. We can have yelling about cockroaches, but we cannot yell about Hitler. It's
Absolutely
not okay
not
anymore.
That's a removable offense.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a flag on the play.
I want to bring something up too because we have a beep 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 news update that relates to a previous episode. Lake Lanier has claimed another soul.
Yes, Lake Lanier has killed another person yesterday. It was, now I'm going to bring up it's not an article, it's a screenshot.
Oh my God.
A 46-year-old man who was trying to swim from the shore to his boat. That's what gets everybody. Don't leave. If you're going to be on the water, be on the water. Don't get out of the boat. That's how the souls get you.
Can I read to you the most horrifying sentence in this article screenshot that you sent us? Is that it says he passed away, quote, after going under and not resurfacing, end quote. That's not a way to die. You could say drowning. You could say like suffocation.
Okay, but here's the thing. When somebody's drowning, there's a splash time. There's a splash zone where you bob back up. He went under and did not resurface. That's not how... What?
That's not how anyone swims. Let's be very clear. Like, that's why it is so haunting. That is why that is a chilling sentence.
His ankle got snatched like Hercules when he fell into the pit, or like Hades when he fell into the pit of souls in Hercules. Like, that's what happens when you swim in Lake Lanier.
This shouldn't be as funny as it is. I just noticed that the account that posted the article that you sent us is called Being Black is Lit.
I love this account.
And they just...
Here's the thing. I'm going to tell you why I love this account.
Are you talking about my homepage? Come on now.
Because sometimes it's stuff like that, and then sometimes it's just like weird celebrity stuff, and then sometimes it's like something that's very clearly paid for, where they're just like, so black men, are y'all actually going to vote for Trump, or are we just like goofing. And it's just like, why'd you slide that one in there?
I tell you guys that I sent you a couple of designs that I was working on over the end of the week. I had some time. I've been getting into drawing lately, and I made a couple of designs for possible merch for some other things that we're working on. And I did start on a Lake Lanier shirt design, but I was like, is it in poor taste to make a shirt about the people that died at Lake Lanier? Surely it probably won't. It probably won't come up anytime soon, right? And it'll be fine. And now this, as I'm working on it.
So for the folks at home, if you don't remember the Lake Lanier episode, please go listen to it. It's one of our best episodes. Over 700 people have died in the 70 years that Lake Lanier has been, since it's been established. That's about 10 a year. Do you want to know how much higher that is than the national average?
Yeah.
30 times.
Whoa!
30 times the national average.
I feel like I told you guys that last time, and it's so mind-boggling that your brain refused to keep the knowledge. 30 times.
Yeah.
30 times more deadly than the national average of lake drownings.
Well, because it's like at a certain point, right? It's like it's haunted. It's like provably haunted.
It feels provably. We gotta get the ghost. We gotta get Zach Bagans out there.
We can probably say his name now, right?
That's his name.
Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, it was just all the bad stuff I said about it that we had to bleep out. I forgot about
bleep out the stuff around it.
Yeah.
Can I pitch you a tagline for the t-shirt? Please. Lake Lanier, catching rays, bodies since 1956.
Holy shit. What if, alt pitch for the shirt. What if it is the entirety of the Ghost Hunters team with Zach Baggins drowning in Lake Lanier?
Oh no, you can't say that. We have to wait 3 years before we disparage any property.
They can wait for my dick and balls. My severance ran out already. Oh, but yours guys didn't. Okay, yeah, I'll bleep it out. I'll bleep it out.
It might by the time this episode comes out.
Okay, yeah, it's fine. Fair.
I got 2 weeks left. I'm scared.
Oh, well, in the meantime, do you guys want to help some other people?
Sure.
Let's help those who can't help themselves, help others.
Yeah,
yes.
or they drown in Lake Lanier. It's really one or the other.
One or the other.
Our first question comes to us from a real dorky boy. My girlfriend loves smoking weed. She has since we met in college, and I have never had an issue with it, and it never affects our relationship. But she likes it when I smoke with her, and I just cannot. I always freak out, and I usually have a panic attack. She doesn't mind if I don't... Oh, God. She doesn't mind if I don't partake, but I still feel like I'm missing out. How can I stop being such a narc and start enjoying the kind bud?
He's me.
Right.
I used to be... Okay. There was a point in my life where you guys remember when I had 2 girlfriends, right?
Yeah.
And they were both they both smoke like chimneys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you're around that, eventually you get, you get peer pressured into joining in. But every time I have a weed, I get so paranoid and so upset. And I can only think about bad things. Like, I'll smoke weed and everybody else is giggling and laughing. And I'm like, you guys are laughing and someone's being human trafficked right now. It's just not the vibe you want to bring to a party. Or it'll be something else like everyone's just vibing and having fun. And I'm just in my head reliving all of the moments I've failed. So the way that I figured out how to fix that is to stop smoking sativas.
Absolutely.
And also, if you dose yourself with 3 times the amount of CBD that they say to take on a CBD thing, it fixes all of that. Weed is too strong. Stop taking the CBD out of it. It was there for a reason. It takes the edge off.
Oh no, yeah, no. We're a 4-to-1 CBD ratio in this house. It's got to be at least a 4-to-1 because like it really is the gutter guards of my psyche trying to keep that shit on the fucking rails
for a reason. All right, Armando, what are you gonna? That can look comically small in your hands.
All cans look comically small in his hands. Can you imagine what my dick looks like in his hands? It's just horrible.
I can.
Chilling.
Think about it.
Hey, want to see my drawings?
Look, I turned it into a magic card, dude. I think about it all the time. You guys are fucking pussies, honestly, straight up. And this is coming from a man who smokes a thing that he calls the death vape.
I know.
He has to warn other people. Because here's the thing. I smoke a strain of marijuana that makes you have a panic attack, to the point where when other people see me smoking it and they go, "Can I have a hit?" I give them a whole fucking spiel. And you both saw it at a friend's wedding that we went to, where I let the bartender hit the vape.
Yes.
And then he found us 2 hours later and was like, "That really fucked me up. That was not an enjoyable experience at all, in the slightest, and I don't think you should be doing that anymore."
And you gave him like a pamphlet's worth of like, do not smoke this, do not take this unless you are serious about having a medium to bad time.
Yeah, because on the good end of it, it's fine. That's the worst part of it, is that it's fine. But also, I don't know, I kind of like getting so high that you freak out a little bit.
Why?
Because there's just something nice about it. It's
you
like
have control issues.
I mean,
you have to always be in control, and they think that the only way you can experience a sense of not control and not be worried about it is by getting so high that you have to be out of control.
You can't read me like that on the podcast, dude. That's not cool, dude.
Don't hold such a cold mirror up to Armando. Damn,
that cold mirror looks hella small in your hands, dude. What the fuck? Jesus Christ. Yes, that's me to a T. I mean, you both worked with me on RTP, that show that we did, where I always have a clear vision for literally every single thing in my life, and I need it to go the way that I need it to. And then the way that I kind of relinquish that control is by sort of smoking a weed so strong it's like hitting myself in the brain with a hammer, and it just shuts off. And and that's how I do it. I love it. I think it's cool. I think it's fun. Here's the thing. I love smoking strong weed. I think it's really fun to see how high you can get. Sometimes I overdo it, and those moments are terrifying. I told you guys the story of how I found this old tincture oil that is basically just pure concentrated marijuana oil.
Yeah, no, it's the black goo from Prometheus and Alien Romulus.
100%.
It is.
It's been here longer than humans have. It predates life. It's the essence of being stoned. And I thought that because it was old, it would have deteriorated, but instead it just gets stronger. And so I put way too much of it, what is essentially about 5 to 7 doses of it, under my tongue to let it seep in. And then the whole night I was so high that I couldn't even fall asleep, because every time I closed my eyes, I saw a scary witch. That's how high I was. That it was like I was in an episode of Scooby-Doo. Yeah, a scary witch too, specifically.
No, I get that. The first time I ever smoked weed was a grab bong, and I did the whole thing, and I didn't know that you were supposed to do that. And I got so high that I was having auditory hallucinations, and I was like hearing a conversation between my RA and my roommates about how I was high and gonna get kicked out of college, and that was absolutely not happening. No one else was in the dorm. And every time I closed my eyes, it felt like something was picking me up and dropping me down on the bed. Not a good time.
No.
It's bad.
To go back to this person's question really quickly, to get us slightly back on track, although we've maintained track pretty well, weed. I would say this person's girlfriend likes them to smoke weed. Why does she like you to smoke weed if every time you do it, you have to be babysat? Like you have to be like talked off a ledge psychologically?
I can probably answer this, because this email, while it does not ever explicitly state this, gives a lot of signs that tell me, as a very experienced person who's lived through this before, that their girlfriend is, I'm going to say 90% likely Latina girlfriend.
Absolutely. I agree with Armando.
Okay.
Yeah, and Latinas, and I don't mean Latino people. I mean Latinas smoke weed in a very specific way where they like to get absolutely ripped ass faded in the parking lot of a business that they should not be smoking in, and then get behind the wheel of a Toyota of some kind and drive way too fast to a restaurant that's not nice for a dinner with their partner.
It's a Kia Optima.
It's
please put some respect on this name.
Sorry. I'm thinking of California Latinas. It must be, the accent must be different out here.
It's a Hyundai accent. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Welcome to Car Talk.
It's a very specific kind of getting high where even if this isn't what they mean, and sometimes it is what they mean, but even if it's not what they mean, it almost feels like not getting high with them makes you think you're fucking better than me or what? Like, dick, you're not gonna fucking smoke with me and shit? Like, I thought we were having like a nice fucking time and shit, and then you just want to be fucking weird.
Not wrong. That is, damn. That might be the source here of this this conundrum.
Or I mean, the thing is like it's either that or I'm taking you at your word and she doesn't make you feel bad, and it's just a thing where you're like, I want to get like I want to share this thing with you because you do it all the time and you think it's really fun, but I just can't stop having panic attacks. I was thinking while we were talking about how terrifying it is to have a panic attack on weed. And I think I figured out what the feeling is. It's the same sense of terrified at the world that I was when I was a child. But now I am cursed with more knowledge of how the world works. And so I get reverted back to childhood sense of wonder of looking out at shadows and being like, is that a scary, spooky monster? But also while that's happening in the back of my head, it's like, I have to pay my taxes and I don't know how to do that. Oh, fuck. I don't know where my social security card is. Fuck. Oh, how do you freeze credit? How do you do that? Oh, God. So it's like, it's a sense of like being afraid of the very real and the completely impossible at the same time. It's being a child again, cursed with the ever terrifying knowledge that the real world holds. Like I'm not afraid of a fucking hand reaching up from the underside of my bed anymore. I'm afraid of getting a letter in the mail. Like that's fucked up. That's fucked up.
Yeah, that says I'm afraid of final notice.
Yeah, that's fucked up. I'm not afraid of going like the underspace of like my bed is no longer scary. Opening a mailbox is fucking terrifying. And so being way too high is both of those things combined again. Where you can look into the darkness and see a monster, but also be reminded of your like imminent demise. And it is truly a terrifying feeling. So mixing that with the thing of like, you don't like smoking weed because every time you do it, make you feel like a kid again in a derogatory sense. I think that you have two paths in front of you. One is to just build up a tolerance to marijuana. Now, this one sucks. It's really hard. You're gonna have to smoke a lot of weed. You're basically going back to college, but none of the parts where you learn, just the parts where you smoke a bunch of weed with a bunch of people who don't have jobs anymore.
Yeah, no, this is you're gonna have to do the Rocky IV training montage, but instead of a barn full of like equipment, it's pillowcases of weed. That's what you're gonna have to. You're gonna have to resistance train on some really horrible shit, and it's gonna be bad.
Yeah,
you're gonna hate it.
You're gonna have to walk slowly up an already moving escalator to fucking Bill Conti's "Gonna Get High Now."
Yeah, it's gonna be rough. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, but these are your choices.
I think you take a dab every day for 9 months, and I don't think a blunt will even phase you anymore.
A dab?
like Griff, like a dab?
Do you,
just
is,
like, oh
that's
no.
That's so strong.
Yeah, but you do it. I mean, yeah. For the uninitiated, if you don't know what a dab is, it's also concentrated weed in the form of hyper concentrated weed in the form of what looks like the amber from Jurassic Park. And to smoke it, you have to look like you're making methamphetamines. And yeah, you just kind of let it evaporate and then you hit it.
You can't use a Bic. You have to use a blowtorch.
A propane torch, yes.
A propane torch. It's so scary and loud.
Yeah, you need the same ingredients you need to make creme brulee in order to smoke a fucking dab. And it looks like the fucking top of it too. Holy shit. There's a lot of overlap in creme brulee and dabs, but one is a delicious treat that makes you feel good inside, and the other is a horrifying thing that the first two times I did it, I got so dizzy I threw up. You know the drug that they give people to stop vomiting? I did so much of it that I vomited profusely.
Again, you came back, or you came full circle.
Yeah,
it was so much that it actually made you nauseous and throw up.
God, I know a guy, by the way, in my hometown. I'm not gonna name him but by the way, this guy fucking rocks, dude. I love this guy. We're the same age. We went to school together. I think he is the assistant manager now at a Wingstop. And this guy's life fucking rocks. All right. Here's the sad part. His parents did die. His parents died. They're dead. Sure. That's unfortunate and it sucks. Mm-hmm. They gave him a house when they died that he just owns now. And so his entire life is waking up, taking the fattest fucking rip of dabs you've ever seen in your life, going to work at a Wingstop where he is so happy. He is so fucking happy making wings all day. We've gone and visited him. He fucking loves it, dude. And I wish that I ever had the just pure joy and knowing of purpose that this guy has at this job. You know what I mean? It makes him so happy to give wings to other people who are also faded as fuck, and they're just like, thank you. And he's like, yeah, man, I hope you have a wonderful day. And then he goes home, he rips fatter dabs, and then he plays a bunch of Call of Duty. That's his life, man. And all he does is dabs. And I tried to smoke a blunt with him one time, and he called me a pussy. He can't even smoke weed anymore, man. He only does dabs.
He's cracked the code.
Yes.
He won.
To want for so little and to have it so attainable is something. To wake up and blow a cloud of dab, something that Tolkien would have spent 2 pages describing. In terms of this misty mountain cloud of fucking dab, and then to just roll into a Wingstop, unsure of how you got there, it's just scene missing card, and you're at work making wings, and sounds great. Again, to want for so little and have it so easily attainable is just it's a blessed path.
I can't say enough about this guy. I really do. He's such an incredible human being, just the nicest guy, and I definitely attribute most of that to him just absolutely being in toddler mode forever now. He's so high all the time, constantly, always, that he doesn't give a shit about anything else in life other than the things that he enjoys, which is hanging out with buds, smoking fucking fat dabs, going to work, which again, I cannot state enough. I don't care what you do. To have that level of I go to work every day and I never have a bad day because every day I'm doing a thing that makes me happy. That's awesome. And then he fucking goes home to a house that he owns. What the fuck? That's awesome. That's incredible. And you can have that too if you just hit fucking 3 dabs every single day for the next 16 years of your life.
But not only will you have that in your life, your girlfriend won't think you're a fucking pussy, which is ultimately what you're looking for in this scenario. She will look to you as the
new alpha,
yeah, the new weed alpha.
So that's one path. Or
yes,
you start smoking fake weed. You get your own stash. It's your private reserve. It doesn't get you high at all.
You're talking about smoking weed O'Doul's? What are you O'Doul's weed? What are you talking? Fake weed. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go and talk to a middle schooler outside of Little Caesars who's there on a skateboard. You're going to buy weed from that kid.
Yeah, you want to get that quiet pack, that fucking literal oregano, dude. You want...
Yeah, you want those pencil shavings.
Oh, my God. Yeah, if you can get your hands on fake weed, it's got to exist. It's probably just tea, honestly. It's probably just different forms of tea.
CBD.
That you, get CBD.
Yeah.
And weed that won't get you high, and just smoke that, and then constantly just be rubbing your eyes. Make friends with a neighborhood cat, take their hair, rub it in your shit. Think about, like, hit yourself on the head a little bit and think about stuff in a weird way. Like, damn, you guys ever wonder about, like, what birds are up to? Boom, there you go.
That's so embarrassing. I was talking to my friend one time.
Yes, it is, but continue. Yeah.
I was hanging out with my friend who was having like relationship issues, and I'm always like a proponent of just dump them.
Oh.
And I had eaten a gummy like an hour before she got there, and I forgot I ate the gummy. So then I was giving her this advice, and then I just started going on, and I was like, why am I rambling? And I go, that's the edible talking, and it just hit me like immediately. And I was like, and I look at her and I was like, was I making any sense? And she says, not at all.
Sick. Tight. Yeah, exactly.
She didn't take the advice either. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, if
that'll happen.
If you I don't know where you're from, but if you can get down to a wing stop in Los Angeles, California, just ask to speak to the assistant manager and write down every question that you hear them ask throughout the day. Honestly, it's you can just tell them you're there from corporate to shadow them. They're all stoned as fuck. And just write down everything that they say and talk about throughout the day, and then bring that up on a notes app on your phone while you smoke your fucking fake weed. And then you're good. And then you're golden.
If you say you're from corporate and you literally draw a tie on a t-shirt with a Sharpie, they will believe you and let you back there to shadow them. It's that easy.
I don't. Who's the CEO of Wingstop? Is it Rick Ross?
It's probably Shaq.
No, I think it's Rick Ross.
It's Michael J. Skipworth.
Who?
It's a guy who's definitely not real. Michael J.
Skipworth. No, you're not. Absolutely not.
Michael J. Skipworth?
Dude, this guy looks high as fuck. This guy is just an assistant manager from a Wingstop who he got too high up on the chain.
It's your coworker. It's your former coworker.
There's no way.
Oh my God.
There's no way.
I love this. Michael J. Skipworth. Holy shit. That's awesome.
If I had to use a word, disheveled.
Yeah. He does not look like he should be a CEO.
No. Is anyone ever shoveled?
Ooh. Oh, perfect question to ask when you're high. Write that down. Write that down.
This is why everybody thought I used to come to work high. I'm not. I just have ADHD.
You're just really chill and kind of a dumb idiot.
Yeah, but people used to think I was high at work, and I was like, I would never do that. Like, actually.
That's so
Don't
funny.
say yeah when I call you a dumb idiot.
But I am.
You are not, but you have asked me several times in real life. You've been like, what does it mean to be chalant? And I have 100% assumed you were absolutely blazed out of your mind.
No, it wasn't. I'm just inquisitive. I have a spirit of inquiry within me.
That's right. An unquenchable thirst for knowledge.
Yeah, but never any useful knowledge. Just stuff that a 6-year-old would ask.
Yeah, I honestly, I want to try to give you some like good advice, but frankly, like, if this is tough because like when you're with a partner, you want to be able to share activities. But I think it's also equally important for relationships and partnerships to like have stuff that you do individually. Like you don't have to share everything. And in fact, I think it's really important for you to have your own interests and stuff that you kind of do outside of the relationship.
Yeah, I'll also be completely honest with you. Like, I love the idea of doing the montage of smoking, and I love the idea of fucking smoking fake weed. I think that's so funny. But as the person who smokes tons of marijuana, who has a partner that smokes 0 marijuanas or does no drugs because they're both a goody two shoes and B, a government employee now, they don't smoke with me at all. And that's honestly fine. I never feel like it's a thing that's left out. Also, like, one of the other things that they'll do sometimes is they'll have a drink after the end of a long day. They'll have a beer. They'll have a glass of wine. Sometimes, honestly, they'll have what we call a sleepy drink, which is one of those magnesium carbonated sodas, the Recesses, which we're not sponsored by, but
we should be.
I really wish we were.
I have the powder. That's how much I like it.
I have the exact same thing. We make a drink that is it is the like magnesium sleepy time drink in a glass with tart cherry, which is also really good for like helping you fall asleep. We put those two together. We'll top it off with a little bit of sparkling water if it needs to be more bubbly. Usually it's fine. They'll have that, and then I'll have my weed, and honestly, it's still chill. Like, it's still super cool and fine. And my partner loves it when I'm high because I get very lovey-dovey and very, like, just cutesy, you know? I'm just, like, I turn back into, like...
Just adorable.
I'm just an adorable little guy, you know?
A little guy.
And all of a sudden you're wearing overalls with one strap undone, and you've got a big straw hat. You've gone Tom Sawyer mode. You're just a little stinker.
Yeah.
You're a lovable little stinker.
But in my head, it's like, oh, Tom Sawyer, no, I forget the rest of the lyrics, but you know what I'm doing.
The first lyrics, he gets high on you.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Get high on your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah. No person, here's really, honestly and truly, here's the rub. No high person in the history of being high has ever been like, yo, you know what I had right now is a fucking scared dude being all freaked out and shit next to me.
That'd be lit.
No one's ever wanted that. They just be the sober one in the group, be fun to hang around, and also be the one willing to drive to go get fast food.
Yeah. Be the sober one who gets the drinks, who gets the water, who gets the snacks, who picks out the show. They're not going to choose a show. And also,
absolutely.
Pro tip, learn how to roll.
Oh, yeah.
If you want her to marry you, learn how to roll. That gets you out of everything. It makes you a part of the activity, so she feels like you're still involved and you've done the prep. And also, she'll feel like you gave her a little gift.
That is actually S-tier advice. That is elite, absolute advice. I do that. And also, I will say, in my experience, being a sober person around people who are high is 1 million times more bearable than being the sober person around drunk people.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And that scenario happens way more often. Like being around like people who are like 8 drinks in, as a sober person, I would rather be anywhere else.
Yeah.
So like, again, in the sort of spectrum of sober v unsober people, being around high people is infinitely more tolerable than being around drunk people.
Especially habitual smokers, because the thing is like they're just a little goofier. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So yeah, don't feel too bad. Or and I can't stress this enough, do feel bad and do the most and smoke the fake weed and lie. Concoct a lie to your partner that'll make her think that she's high to even think that that's a possibility.
Yeah, just really fucking go hit the fucking turbo button on gaslighting. Just like really gaslight turbo mode. Yeah.
All right. We've got our second question this week. And it's, boy, howdy, is it a doozy. I'm in love with my best friend.
This question comes to us from Andrew. No,
I love you too, bud. I'm in love with my best friend. I know how that sounds, but it is what it is. We've been friends since we were kids, but lately I feel like there's been, and then they have the word feelings, but it's a space between each letter, and then it's in between two starry emojis.
Oh. Yeah.
But lately there's been, I feel like there's been feelings. I don't think it's just on my end, but I'm terrified to ask her because of the whole guy best friend has something to tell you meme. How can I be sure the feelings are mutual? Do I just tell her? What do I do?
It's going to be the shortest answer of all time.
Oh, really?
No?
No, I'm curious. You're the only one who probably has been on the side of this that they are looking specifically for the perspective on.
It's not every scenario, but when it comes to these things, it's usually the female version of if he wanted to, he would.
Yeah.
What do you mean by this?
It's like, when you go on a date and at the end of the date, the woman either says, why don't you come up for a nightcap, or like shakes your hand and sends you home.
Mm-hmm.
She knew which of those things was going to happen 20 minutes into the date.
Oh.
20 minutes, 20 seconds.
Yeah, 20
I would argue,
yeah.
I would say 20 seconds into a date. You are pretty, because like, 20 seconds, because the vibe, you can usually establish a vibe within 20 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And then the rest of the date is establishing if anything is going to break that spell.
Exactly.
I feel like I have been in one of the 5 ever situations where I was friends with somebody for years, friends with them for years. And then we started dating each other because we realized that we both had feelings for each other. And boy, fucking howdy, let me tell you, did I feel awful having to be there at that Norms in Van Nuys, California, being like, I have something I have to tell you. It feels fucking bad. It's a terrible feeling. And honestly, the relationship didn't work out, and I wish we could still be friends.
I was going to say, now you're married, you got a kid on the way.
Yeah.
Like, truly, this is the emotional equivalent of taking old Yeller out to a field with a gun, and when you pull the trigger, either flowers come out or you kill a fucking dog.
Yeah.
That is what happens.
Yeah.
With like this, these are the chances you're taking with this scenario. Is like, no. Once
What?
that just broke Armando. I don't know what's.
This is fucked up. And I work at an ad agency, and we had a client who is in like dog medicine. Like they like it's hard to explain, but basically they work in the medicine field for dogs, and they were looking for a big scroll stopping, which is the new term in advertising because all advertising is on the internet, a new scroll stopping thing. And we wrote a pitch, and it was called New Yeller. And the ad starts, and it's black and white footage of an old, grizzled farmer. And he's taking a dog behind the shed, and he loads, and you see the gun. He loads in 2 shotgun shells into the round, cocks it back, and points the gun barrel directly down the camera. And right before he pulls the trigger, you hear, "Wait! There's a better way." And then we get into the ad. And here's the thing, is during the pitch, I pitched another idea that I came up with that I called Greyhound's Anatomy, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's like an episode of Grey's Anatomy, but instead of actors, we just get a bunch of puppies and kittens, and we just film them being cute little puppies and kittens, and then we dub it over with dramatic footage. Ha ha ha. Everyone gets a laugh. Very softball ideal, right over the plate. Yeah. And I pitched that, and they hated it. And they were like, that's a step too far. And like putting the dogs and the cats and puppies and kittens in a hospital setting where you're like joking about them being sick, it just doesn't feel right. And I had 4 more slides with New Yeller. And I just had to go like, yeah, for sure. I see you're going a different direction. gonna stop sharing my screen real quick.
Because the next slide shows a dog getting the Joe Pesci and Goodfellas treatment. Oh, are the treats in here?
Oh no!
Oh no! And then the last 2 minutes of Layla starts playing.
And
Jesus.
yeah, it might have been one of the worst experiences of my professional adult career.
That's so good.
And I haven't told anyone about that. And we'll see if that makes it in. I think it should be fine. I haven't said anything. And also, none of those were the idea that they went with, by the way.
Of course not.
Of course
No.
not.
And I didn't have a hand in any of it because, surprising or not, I got taken off the project.
Oh, word?
Yeah, if they didn't like your softball idea,
Yeah.
I don't know if your pie in the sky option was going to go over. They would ask you to be forcibly institutionalized. I think if you could actually pitch that.
Yeah. They would have drug you out of there in a fucking rubber suit.
Oh my God. So anyway, yeah, you might be killing a dog if you ask your friend if they're into you. It just, Andrew, I know I was laughing because of this stupid story, but also that is such an apt comparison, is it can only go one of two ways. Like Griff said, you're either married and you have kids and it's happily ever after, or you realize that you should have stayed friends. And I think that we as humans, just filled with hubris, arrogant little beings who think we know what's right for us, we assume that once you have mastered friendship with a person of whatever type that you're attracted to normally, that friendship has to keep leveling up. And the only logical step past that master of friendship is that you must be in a relationship with each other. Like, if you are a straight dude, ask yourself how many of your guy friends you've been great friends with over the years and gotten to a point where you share everything with each other and then wondered, should I fuck Bradley? Dude, should I be fucking Brad right now, dude? Oh man.
What if he's the one?
It just might be one of those things where it's like your brain goes logical next step. I've mastered this level, time to upgrade to next level romance. And I don't think it needs to be all the time.
Honestly, enjoy having prestiged friendship. Like, enjoy having, like, and I'm going to say take some time, because time really allows for you to get some perspective of this. And I know you've taken time. There has been time that you've been feeling this. I want you to take some time coming to terms with just being friends. You might find, and hopefully you do find, that your heart sort of lets go and you become less attached in that way, less anxious in that way of feeling like it needs to be something that it's not. And your heart will kind of loosen up and then actually open up this wonderful new chamber for just like a really fantastic friendship. What also might happen is that you can't let it go and you cannot see this existing outside. You might see it as the all or nothing. Like, I need to get this off my chest. I need to say these things. It's eating me alive inside. I have also felt that way, but that is a pretty rough path to walk because it only ends one of two ways. Either it's happily ever after, we have a great story to tell our kids, or you kill a dog.
I remembered that actually twice now in my life, I have been close friends with somebody, and then developed feelings and had a conversation. And the second time that it happened, it was this thing where I tried to be mature about it and was like, hey, I gotta let you know, I've done a lot of thinking about this. I think I have like a dumb, stupid crush on you. And like, that kind of sucks because I really enjoy our friendship and I don't want this to come between it. So like, I think I'm just going to kind of take a step back a little bit so I can just like get my head all right. And then like, we're good. And I want to be clear, nothing to do with you. You've done nothing wrong. And I feel like a fucking creep for even saying this. And then that person was like, the feelings are mutual. And I was like, well, fuck me then, I guess. Fuck, damn it.
Shit.
And then we kind of talked for a little while. I wouldn't even say dated. We just kind of talked for a while. We went on a few dates. We had the beginnings of a relationship, and then it just never really worked out. And that kind of sucks, because then the friendship part of it is hard to do, because you dipped your toe into the next level, and then both of you kind of went like, yeah, I don't know that this is the right thing. And then it's just kind of an awkward situation to be. And granted, like, nothing bad happened in that relationship. Me and that other person, we're still friends. We're not as close friends as we used to be, but we're still friends.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the rub, is that just because you both have feelings for each other, and this isn't just friends, this is two people anytime. Just because two people have feelings for each other doesn't mean that it's gonna like work out, that the relationship is meant to happen. Two people can be incredibly in love with each other, and for one reason or another, it could just not work out. Being in love with each other, having feelings for each other, being in like with each other, lusting after each other even, is not means for the relationship to make it. I think through time, all three of us have been in something with somebody, and either through means of like, this isn't practical, you're gonna move, or like some other third scary life reason, have just been like, this isn't gonna work out, and I'm sorry. Or it just fizzles, and I'm sorry.
100%. Armando, you're absolutely right. And I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna say this again. This is a cold mirror. I'm gonna shine another cold mirror to you, because I think ideally we want to think of ourselves as mature human beings who can, on the other side of a relationship, be friends with our exes. And what you're proposing here, caller, I'm just gonna call you caller, even though you wrote in. What you're proposing here, caller, is a situation where you have a really good friendship. And if things go south, let me just say this right now, you will not get that friendship back. You are letting, it will come nay impossible to get that thing back. Because as anyone who's ever tried to stay friends with an ex will tell you, is that it's not the same.
Like, it's hard on the other perspective. Like, okay, this is both a metaphor and a real thing that happens in my life, is because like, I grew up in Los Angeles, and for the most part of my life, I kept living in Los Angeles, which meant that several times I've been past apartments or places that I've lived and just driven by and been like, wow, they changed a lot, huh? Damn, that's wonder what's going on in there now. I guess I'll never know. And that's like, it's weird. It's weird to both literally drive by the home that you grew up in the most and see that it belongs to another family now, and there's no way you'll ever be allowed inside. You can't just walk up to somebody's house and be like, hey, I lived here, let me in, right? They won't let you, right? I'm asking. Okay. So I won't.
No, you're gonna get stand your grounded. We'd fucking try that shit.
So you can't do that with the literal, but also metaphorically, it's just like, you'll see the house and you'll see it changing, and it's just kind of hard on you, to like there's shit's changing in there, and I'll never see it, and I guess I'll just hang out on the stoop every so often. And this is to not say that you can't be friends with your exes, because there are exes that I had horrific breakups with, that I am now friends with enough time removed. But here's the real kicker. It's not the same.
That's the key.
No,
that's the key. It won't be the same. You'll be friendly and friends-ish, but like, you won't get that really strong, rock solid friendship that you had.
It's a little weird.
But I'll say that, there's something fucked going on in the Midwest, because I've dated two people from the Midwest, and both of them, for some reason, have parents that got divorced, but now are like very close friends with each other, and both are remarried, but will have their ex and their new spouse over for like dinners and shit. And I hear about that, and I'm like, how are they not killing and stabbing each other? How are your parents different than mine? I don't get it.
They're not online.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. That'll do it.
They don't. Honestly, I kind of joking, but then I thought about it. And I was like, no, wait, I think that might be it.
Yep.
I think it's because they have no social media presence. And so their only experience of this other person's life, it's a lot different. It's a lot different when you're like, oh, cool, I get to see them on vacation with their new partner having the best time at that place that we went once.
Oh.
Like, and listen, even I'm telling you, even after enough time has passed, you see one of those cross your fucking timeline.
Yeah.
It something comes up from the depths, and it's rough. So I'm saying I think it's because those Midwestern boomers don't have a fucking Instagram.
Yeah, they have Facebook, and it's all just about Trump. Both sides, though, they're very aligned on that.
Both sides.
Yeah, they have. I should have said they have each other over for dinners, or as they call them, rallies. And man, is it normal to feel that way? Like to see, like, no matter how over somebody you are, to see them
no, absolutely
out there with a partner and be a little hurt. Like, is that normal, or am I fucked up?
Yeah.
I think it's. Here's
it's not
the thing.
vindictive.
I think it's
not like I wish that was me. No. I don't ever wish it was me.
I think it's normal. I don't think it's healthy, but I think it's normal. You know what I mean? Like we don't. And I think to some extent, it's probably a mixture of feelings, right? You're probably like 60 to 80%. I'm glad they're happy. And then there's probably like 20% you're like, well, fuck. I don't know. Like you're just kind of like you in your mind very quickly in a very sort of like, you know, life flashes before your eyes sort of way. Every good and bad thing that ever happened in that relationship, the life of that relationship flashes before your eyes, and you sort of like game out scenarios almost instantaneously in your mind, almost involuntarily. And it kind of sucks dick.
Almost compulsive.
I don't know if you remember, but a couple episodes ago, I talked about doing that fucking sexual harassment prevention seminar where it would like, after you pick the right option, which is breaking up and never talking to each other again, it's like, that was obviously the right answer. But let's see how things could have been different if you made a spoof Instagram account. And then it's just that.
They just wanted to, that's somebody that needed to pad their portfolio and got someone else to pay for it.
So caller, I'm still calling them callers.
I think it's fun. We've gone through a couple. We've gone through boyfriends. We've gone through snackers. Was very briefly.
Oh yeah,
used.
snacker. I don't like it. Caller, do the first thing I said. Sit with this feeling for a while and see if you're going to get past it. And if you can, congratulations. You are a mature, healthy human being, and I wish you the best of luck. If you can't and have to say something, may God have mercy on your soul.
I don't know if you've ever been to a casino and watched somebody put a huge bet on a fucking roulette table, but that's how I am right now. Because, like, you're right. There's a chance the feelings are mutual. And you're right. There's a chance you'll be happy together forever. But the chances are pretty fucking slim, buddy. And the house always wins. And I truly right now feel like that fucking scene from Breaking Bad where Walter's in the car watching, like, Hank! No! Hank! No! So, like, yeah, the odds are not in your favor, but you know what? Whatever you do, if you ask, you gotta write us back and tell us how it went.
Absolutely.
We're gonna put money on it.
Holy shit. Yeah, if you're listening to this podcast right now, send a DM to @midnightsnack.tv on Instagram with how much money. Send an Apple Pay. I don't know if you can do that through Instagram. Send a Venmo to us. And yeah, we're placing bets right now. The odds, not great.
Not great. But listen, you could come up big.
You could win so much fucking money. And I think that is sadly gonna do it for us this week. Wow. I love these episodes because it'll start off real fun where we're just like, I don't know, fake smoking weed, like go to a Wingstop and write shit down and then go use it on your partner, and then the next one's like, love can die.
I'm gonna kill a dog. That's how we were talking about smoking fake weed at a Wingstop not 40 minutes ago. And now we're like, guys, I think I'm in an old yeller relationship tonight.
Yeah, I hope to God that this helps. And again, please just let us know how it went. And God bless, and we love you. Hey, if you want to find me online, I'm very easy to find. I'm at Mondo Does Stuff. That's MANDO Does Stuff, all one word, and that's on everything, on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, all that fun stuff. Go find me. I will be in Los Angeles again, and I'll be doing more shows there, and also I was trying to fight through the burp. I'll be in Los Angeles again, and I'll be doing shows there and also going on the road with my friends. Thanks to everyone who came out to the Funny Guys from the Internet shows. That was awesome. Thank you to Andrew Rosas for absolutely killing it on all the shows.
Oh my gosh.
It was so much fun, and thank you to Griff for being there. Okay. Thumbs up.
On this audio platform got a double thumbs up.
I will say, I've seen Armando do stand-up many times, and this was my favorite.
Oh.
If you want to find me out in the world, this is your very, very employable boyfriend, Andrew Rosas, who would love to work to make money to live. So please hire me. But if you don't want to do that, you can just follow me on Instagram at andrewrosas.ig. That's where I am. That's where I post art and music and all the other like bullshit that I'm working on to distract me from mortality. And I think that's it for me. What do you got, Griff?
I am the _indoor kid on all platforms that allow an underscore, and if it doesn't, just take it out. And I'm also equally employable. I had an interview last week that got canceled 20 minutes before the interview. So if you want to not do that to me, hit me up with any opportunities you might come by. Just DM them to me. I will apply to anything at this point.
Yeah, same. Same goes for me. Also, you texted that to the group, and I like crushed a glass in my hand. I was so angry for you. I was like 19 minutes before the interview, the position has been filled. It's like, cool, yep. I'm going to fill your body with bullets. I am. How dare you? That's insane.
Yeah, they saw I make a podcast.
That'll do it. That'll do it. And if you want to follow us as a show on Instagram, you can at midnightsnack.tv or on Twitter at Midnight Snack LA. And if you want to send in a question to be read on the podcast, send it to midnightsnackcontact@gmail.com. This has been a fun one, and hit me up if you need that fake weed, brother. I got you, boy. Come on. I got some oregano for your ass. And we'll see you next week. Bye.
It's gonna get you so normal.